Hello, I'm Brad Stubbe, Sheriff of Manatee County, and welcome to Sheriff's Patrol.
And I'm Dave Bristow. Coming up on Sheriff's Patrol, we'll take you for a ride with our Rural Cops Unit, and we'll check in with the latest happenings at the Police Athletic League. But first on Sheriff's Patrol, the high price of gold means demand for the precious metal has skyrocketed. Unfortunately, criminals are also getting involved in gold, as we hear from Sheriff Patrol's Randy Warren.
That's right. Cash for gold. It's big business right now. So no surprise that pawn shops and second-hand dealers are staying busy. But as our detectives have found out, not all these places that seem legit are actually operating within the law.
Now is the time to turn your used, unwanted, or broken gold jewelry into cash.
From TV commercials to the internet,
$1,700
to storefront jewelry shops, they're all promising top dollar for your gold.
I got $583.
A slow economy,
bills to pay, payments to make, but no cash to make them?
and rising gold prices
Near record levels at $928 an ounce.
has created a huge demand for stolen jewelry.
Watches, rings, necklaces.
They called it Operation Gold Rush.
The detectives here are going to be pulling into the parking lot. They're going to make entry into the building.
For the better part of 7 months, detectives ran surveillance on this cash for gold dealer.
There are customers there, so they're going to just walk in, be buzzed into, and then ask for the customers to leave.
In the name of the state of Florida, all the singing of the sheriffs of the state of Florida, you are hereby commanded to arrest Mohammed Yusuf Isa.
Mo Isa is served with warrants. Evidence is collected, and Isa's Jewelers, with the flash and open sign in the window, is now closed.
It's a secondhand dealer, and there's certain rules and laws that these type of establishments need to follow.
Among other things, Isa chose not to document many of his transactions.
Any piece of jewelry, anything that they take in, there's got to be a ticket completed. On that ticket is the customer's name, a fingerprint, and various information like that.
What about the computer that's sitting over there? Do you keep your business records on that computer?
During the investigation, numerous burglars were observed frequenting the store and presumably using Mo Isa as a fence to move stolen jewelry.
We arrested some impact burglars where they had obviously broke into houses and vehicles, stolen gold and jewelry, and brought them here and received money for them.
Mo Isa is arrested for dealing in stolen property, violating the record-keeping requirements of second-hand dealers, solicitation or prostitution, who just happened to be an undercover detective, and possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony.
This establishment is not the only one that we're looking at. As law enforcement officers, as deputies with the Manatee County Sheriff's Office, we just want compliance. We want all these establishments to play by the rules, play by the laws, make sure they complete tickets for all the transactions that they do. And quite frankly, the people that are going in and bringing stolen items here, we will get you. I mean, we are watching. It may take a little bit of time, but we will get you.
And so there you have it. You're on alert. If you're buying or selling gold, keep it legal. By the way, the legislature is talking about making it tougher for these second-hand dealers to buy or sell gold or any other jewelry or property without that proper documentation. Sheriff.
Randy, that's a great information piece, and unfortunately we continue, Dave, to have burglaries for cars and burglaries to residences.
Yeah, it's becoming more and more of a problem, but the good thing is, Sheriff, we're putting people in jail.
We are. Our arrests are already ahead of last year at this time.
And Sheriff, there are several scams that have popped up involving gold. We have crime prevention specialist Don Stroup with us now. And Don, what kind of scams are we talking about here?
I'm glad you asked that question. There's been several scams out there. I think the biggest one is the send away your gold in an envelope. The problem with that is that your gold goes out and you're at the mercy of whatever they send you. And a lot of times it's $5, it's $15 for probably about $500 worth of gold. Another one is the scam for gold parties. You go to the gold party, they do all these things, and usually they're going to undervalue it. They're not qualified people to be selling your gold to get the best price. Another one might be somebody's going to be on the street, they're going to offer you a gold necklace and say, hey, would you give me 20 bucks? I ran out of gas and it would really help me out. I can pretty much bet that it's not real.
Dawn, what can people do to protect themselves?
Well, Sheriff, I'm glad you asked. I was curious about that myself, so I went to a local business to find out just how to judge their gold and how do you get the quality and the right price.
Well, the first thing we would do is we would try to come to an understanding of what carat the golds are. So usually on the rings, the necklaces, there's some type of a hallmark or a stamp that says either 14 karat, 10 karat, 18 karat, or whatever percentage gold it is. We're going to do what they call a magnet test.
Okay.
And the reason you want to do a magnet test on gold is not magnetic. Okay. Gold, silver, platinum, you should be able to run a magnet over just about anywhere on the merchandise. The only place on a chain that might possibly stick is on the actual clasp. And the second test would be what they call a gold acid test. What will happen is you'll see the line of gold, okay, and you'll see where I drop the acid on it. It'll almost act like a window. You should be able to see right through the acid and still see the gold perfect. If I apply the acid to the line of gold and it disappears, that can mean either that it's under-carated, so it's not true to what it says, or it can mean that it's plated or fake. In this case, this one is about 34.7 pennyweights. Gold today is at $1536.70 right at this moment. It's worth $1,450.40. Retail price is generally double to triple that number. So if you were to buy this necklace at a jewelry store, you'd expect to pay anywhere from $2,800 to $3,400 for something like this. Whereas wholesale, it's worth $1,400.
That's why I like this guy. It's so important that you understand there's a lot of scams out there. Your necklace that you go to get appraised should be appraised pretty much the same whether you go to this place or that place. So check it out with more than one place. Check the Better Business Bureau. I really don't think you should be going through the internet or mail. You don't have any contact, and once it's gone, your money might be gone too. If anybody has any questions, please don't have them hesitate to call Crime Prevention. Thanks.
Thanks so much, Dawn. If you have any questions about any type of scam, or perhaps you need some advice on protecting your home or business, you can contact our Crime Prevention Division. Just go to our website at manateesheriff.com. Don't go away. We'll be back with more Sheriff's Patrol right after this. Along with Sheriff Brad Stubbe, I'm Dave Bristow. Welcome back to Sheriff's Patrol. In news from the Sheriff's Office, our deputies of the month are Christopher Finger and John Moore. Deputy Finger assisted a Hillsborough County deputy in apprehending a hit-and-run driver, while Deputy Moore performed CPR on a shooting victim until EMS arrived at the scene. Employees of the month are Judy Heston, Rebecca Mitchell, Alicia Habib, and Pamela Followell. Turning to promotions, we have several new first-class deputies: Theron Robinson, Letitia Leone, Teresa Leone, Stephen Stewart, and Jason Carey. And promoted to sergeant is Paul Davis. In years of service, hitting the 20-year mark are Linda Marie, Sergeant Thomas Brady, Sergeant Timothy Balrice, Camille Lang, Lieutenant Todd Weinert, and Deputies George Barbosa and Greg Bass. Moving to retirements, longtime employee Hilliard Paul recently retired, as did Carol Hoover, Lyle Swihart, Sergeant Paul Fieber, Rita Stanzel, Thomas Cormican, and last, but certainly not least, Jamie Higginbotham.
I want to thank you for being kind to my family and to me, and we'll miss you, and we love you. But it's time for us to go raise some grandkids and try to enjoy ourselves.
Well, you know what? A lot of people here have retired, and Jamie is just another guy that has been here a long time. And Jamie, bless his heart, when I was appointed, he was about ready to retire then. And I went to him and I said, Jamie, I need you. You've got to stay. I need your stability up here. And he did, and he gave us 4 more years. So I can't complain, and I wish he and his family well.
Yeah, Sherry was a deputy with us for a long time. Jamie, very good friend, and boy, he will be missed. He's a great leader up there.
He is.
But we have Tony Ackles stepping in.
We do.
To take over.
We do. We went through a process, and Tony will be the next major in charge of corrections.
So certainly congratulations to Major Tony Ackles. Well, the Manatee County Law Enforcement Memorial Service was recently held at the downtown courthouse. The annual event honors police officers who have lost their lives in the line of duty. The keynote speaker this year was Palmetto Chief of Police Rick Wells.
I know that feeling because that's how I felt almost 24 years ago, on August 18th, 1987, when my friend and colleague Jeffrey Dale Young was shot and killed in the line of duty. Jeff was one of my first training officers when I joined the Highway Patrol, and he is responsible for building the foundation that has guided me throughout my entire career. Jeff was a model state trooper. He was lean, he was ambitious, and he was compassionate. And although he had only been on for a few years, he had already proven to be a natural leader. The first time I got into Jeff's car, he looked at me and he asked me where my vest was. I told him it was in my closet. He just stared at me, and in a very stern voice, he said, "Go get it, put it on, and never get in my car again without wearing it." And I listened. And I have worn my vest every day that I've been in uniform since he told me that, and I even have it on today.
You know, Dave, like Rick, I remember that night when Jeff Young was killed. I was actually teaching at the Law Enforcement Academy. Was in charge of the SWAT team and was called out to hunt down this individual that took Jeff's life. And then, most importantly for me, was that Jeff's half-brother was Dave Smith, and Dave Smith was my sergeant on the road at the time when this occurred. So yeah, it brought back a rush of memories.
Yeah, tragic night, 1987. I had just come aboard on the sheriff's office. And yeah, we'll all remember that.
We will.
All right, stay tuned. We'll be back with more of our show right after this.
I don't know. My mom said I should be home at midnight.
Don't worry. I'll make sure I get you home. Happy anniversary.
I'm just gonna take her home, all right?
Take her home. She's not breathing.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sheriff's Patrol. Many people don't realize that Manatee County is one of the top agricultural producers in the state of Florida. Well, the Sheriff's Office Rural Cops Unit patrols the areas of East County, working hand in hand with farmers and ranchers.
We do the same things as the cops do in town. COPS is an acronym for community-oriented policing, but our unit specializes in agricultural type crimes. We try to build relationships and work closely with ranchers, farmers, cattle owners, citrus owners, and we deal with any of the agricultural crimes that come up.
We're going to go look at a 2,000 gallon bulk diesel fuel tank. This is a typical power unit in a large produce farm, tomato farm. This tank is a little bigger than normal. Most of the time they'll have 500 or 1,000 gallon tanks. We're going to show you some tanks that's been hit several times and the owner has taken some action to try to deter the theft a little bit. This is one of our tanks that doesn't have any theft devices on it. It's not secured. I mean, if you had a 2-inch line and a centrifugal transfer pump, you can put a line in there and pretty well have that tank dry 10 minutes. This is a smaller power unit that's irrigating a grove. It's kind of similar to the last one we saw. The fuel tanks are a little smaller. Actually, this looks like it's got two 500-gallon tanks. However, these tanks are fitted with some anti-theft devices, and for the most part, they're pretty effective. This is kind of like we like to see our agricultural growers put on their tanks, because you know, obviously nothing is undefeatable, but this will slow them down.
We respond to a lot of loose livestock calls on a weekly basis. I don't know what the exact number is, and now we've got somebody else running priority right here. And that's one of our guys.
You're doing 83.
All right, I have a lady. She was heading eastbound on State Road 64. I used my moving radar and she was speeding. Done some search on her background and stuff, and she hasn't had a ticket in almost 6-7 years now, and she's only had one ticket in that time. So I'm going to give her a warning on this and just explain to her that, you know, there won't be another break from myself. I will be issuing a ticket next time.
All right, so we just left Deputy Euro. So to get back to what I was talking about with the cows getting out and us responding to repairing the fences.
Hold that right there.
The reason we take it so seriously is because if a cow gets out, the devastation that it can cause to a motorist it can be pretty intense.
Should hold it for now. I got to tell him to put another strand up top here. What happened was the cow jumped over. It's too low, so I got to get a hold of the owner, tell him to get over here and put another strand at least up on the top, all the way down. So that one down there is so rotted that I can't even get a staple in that one.
And we've already identified who the owner is?
Yeah.
Has he given us a time frame on when he's going to fix it?
He should have his crew out here hopefully within the next week.
Excellent.
These were animals that were left abandoned from a marijuana grow house that caught fire. The person that was renting the house fled the area and never returned. They've been held up at our jail farm for 30 days. They've been posted in the newspaper, and now we have a buyer for the horses. So that's what we're doing today, is we are releasing the 3 horses to the people that have bought the horses. Are they over at the pens?
Yeah, I got them right here.
So you're the lucky proud owner of 3 new ones, huh?
Yes, sir.
I just got a release form I need to get you to sign for them. We can load them up if you want. That's probably going to be our best, is just load them right through the chute. Good girl. See if you could lead that one right up to the trailer. The other 2 might just follow you.
I'm gonna win it easy.
Yeah, he's already been up in there too. Yep. That was what I was afraid of. It took a little bit to get them into the trailers. They were still a little, they're skittish to begin with. Actually, the one that jumped in the trailer first, when we got them all in there, I thought that was going to be the last one we'd get in, but she jumped in and the other 2 followed right behind her, so we got them in there and they settled down.
Finally, I wanted a horse since I was like 6.
Your dad would never buy you one, huh? They're going to a pretty good home now. Somebody at least wants them and is not going to leave them out abandoned. Case closed, over and done with.
We have got a feed bucket on the cow's head. The owner tried roping it. It broke the rope. It's all stretched out. So we need to see if we can, we're probably going to end up having to dart it.
The steer is already a little dehydrated and stressed. he's probably going to be a little more prone to get hot. And xylazine, one of the side effects is thermoregulation, which means they can't control their body heat. So we really want to make it happen fast. I'm hitting with a pretty heavy dose. If he weighs about 800 pounds, he should probably go down within 10 minutes. We're ready. Right flank, perfect. Just a little low, maybe about 6 inches low where I wanted it, but it's still in a really good spot.
Stand right here, you see him, he's right out in the open. He's starting to go down. There he goes.
Went just kind of like we planned. We used a heavy dose to put him down quick. What time? Head down.
10:41.
So basically, we pulled the bucket off of his head. That's it.
How long's the bucket been on his head?
2 days.
He's on his dart. Dart came out.
2 days.
Let me go get some betadine real quick.
Let him get that off.
We doctored the wound with a betadine solution for infection purposes.
Giving him the reversal agent now and bring him back, wake him back up.
He should be moving pretty quick. I hit him pretty heavy. See what happens. Basically, all the reversal does is just blocks the neuroreceptors in his brain and keeps the xylazine from being absorbed. It went really well. No negative side effects, no bloat. So I feel very confident that the animal will recover without any problems.
The key to our success and the key to really any police function is cooperation with the public. If you've got good communication between law enforcement and the community, you've kind of got your pulse on the community, so you know what the problems are and you can direct your efforts on trying to deal with those situations as they come up, and it makes for a better relationship with the community and with law enforcement.
This is a small group of guys that are very dedicated to the farmers and the ranchers out there. They work hard every day, and sometimes their schedule changes every day. Sometimes they're working days, sometimes nights, the diesel fuel thefts, whatever it is, they're available.
Yeah, they certainly do a great job. Sheriff, believe it or not, our Police Athletic League is gearing up for yet another youth football season. Hundreds of children participate in football and the other activities at PAL, including basketball, boxing, and roller hockey.
Kids need a place to play, a place to grow. They have to run, to jump, to stretch their legs, and just be kids. PAL gives kids a chance to grow in many ways, with an eye on becoming the best they can be, not in the future, but right now. The mission of the Police Athletic League of Manatee County is to bring law enforcement, kids, and families together in a positive, safe environment through sports and academics to build a strong community that means more than juvenile delinquency prevention.
Okay, guys, good luck.
PAL is a program where kids and parents can be together on weekends and in the evening. Through leagues and team sports play, parents cheer their children on and applaud their efforts.
We can do it!
They are volunteer coaches. They work in the concession to support their kids' teams. Manatee PAL brings parents and kids together for quality experiences that make lifetime memories. At PAL, a kid's biggest fan is their mom and dad. PAL is about sports. Kids who are not allowed to play on other leagues because of weight restrictions are accepted and applauded for their desire to play at PAL. Kids whose families can't afford high league fees are able to afford PAL because we raise funds through contributors just like you to help keep those fees low so all kids can be a PAL player. Whether it's football, basketball, cheerleading, boxing, roller hockey, or track and field, PAL has a sport for every kid and every family. Drop by any day, 7 days a week, and you'll see kids and parents on the sports fields and gymnasiums of PAL's 37 acres, working hard, playing hard, and winning. The winning doesn't just come at the end of the game, but at the end of the day, When exhausted and dirty, the kids come home proud and knowing they've given their all for the team. The winning comes in school, when learning teamwork helps kids in groups follow instructions and take leadership. The winning comes in life, when kids learn to get up one more time, even after a debilitating defeat. Team sports teach kids to walk step by step through the good times and the bad times. That's how Manatee POW prepares kids for life.
I want everyone to give yourself a round of applause for doing such a great job. You, not me.
The Police Athletic League has been serving kids and families in Manatee County since 1989. For 22 years, Bradenton's youth have benefited from outstanding sports programs of POW. Some young athletes have gone on to play professionally with pro football and national and international basketball leagues. Many have earned college sports scholarships because of the skills that were developed in their years with Manatee POW, resulting in professional careers that they could never have imagined they would attain because of their family financial limitations. POW prepares kids for success in life.
Let's go, Blue! Let's go!
In addition to sports programs, Manatee POW provides educational opportunities for kids. With a quality after-school and summer camp program, POW is with kids in the hours when parents cannot be there. The POW after-school program operates 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday and provides full-day supervised activities on days when school is closed, so working parents do not have to worry about their children's safety. Through a partnership with Just for Girls, POW picks up children via school bus from 11 local schools, making this affordable program even more accessible. Summer Adventure Camp is operated during the summer months Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Children are provided field trips, free lunch, and daily activities that help them keep on learning during their school break. Last year, POW Adventure Camp provided educational learning opportunities for over 225 registered participants. Manatee POW is about sports. Manatee POW is about learning. Manatee POW is about keeping kids safe. Manatee POW is about a kid's future. Most important, Manatee POW is about opportunity. Today and tomorrow, POW opens doors, makes dreams come true, and helps kids run the race and finish first in success throughout their lives.
The POW Golf Tournament was recently held at the beautiful Concession Golf Club. The tournament raised nearly $40,000 for POW, and we want to take this time to thank all of the sponsors and players who participated, including Sheriff Stubbe, and what a shot we just saw by you. I mean, you're ready for the senior tour. Well, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe the.
You know, Randy comes out and he films us every time we're playing golf at one of these great fundraisers that we have, and he finally got a good shot after all of this time with me. So I really appreciate everybody that comes out and plays golf because it benefits our kids.
That's for sure. And Sheriff, speaking of tournaments, the annual Michelle Wells Memorial Golf Tournament was also a huge success, raising nearly $30,000 for the Sheriff's youth ranches. And Sheriff, these tournaments combined raised $70,000. That's just a tribute to our community.
It is a tribute to our community. And here again, the Michelle Wells Memorial. This was our 26th golf tournament. And yesterday we had our staff meeting, as you're aware of, and the folks from the youth ranches were there. And I think we're close to donating nearly $500,000 to the youth ranches.
$500,000. Well, that's going to do it for Sheriff's Patrol. Of course, if you have a question or comment on our show, feel free to email us at dave.bristow@manateesheriff.com. Or, of course, you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and you can always go to manateesheriff.com to get all the latest from the Sheriff's Office. For Sheriff Brad Stubbe, I'm Dave Bristow. So long.